Hi, you guys. I hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to come on and talk to you today about our overall diet quality and why this is so important for our nutrition and health. So, our macronutrients are the main components of our diet. We need these in the most amounts, and this is including carbohydrates, protein, and fat. We need a certain percentage, a certain grams amount of these through our diet during the day, depending on your individual needs. But I do have my clients track their macronutrients to start to build awareness around this and understand how to balance their meals and snacks more effectively to include these nutrients within them. We can miss really key micronutrients if we don't focus on improving the overall quality of our diet. Our micronutrients are needed in smaller amounts, and these are our vitamins and our minerals, and these are included in the foods and our macronutrient foods. Vitamins and minerals are super important to make healthy hair, skin, nails, for our immunity, for enzyme reactions, for bone density. So there's so many vital roles that the vitamins and minerals play in the food sources that we're getting them from. The vitamins are essential, meaning our body cannot produce them on our own, so we need to get them through our diet. There's two types of vitamins. There's fat-soluble vitamins and water-soluble vitamins. Our fat-soluble vitamins are vitamins A, D, E, and K. These are stored, so we don't need to replace them as often. They're absorbed through the GI tract with the help of lipids or fat, and they're stored in fat tissue and the liver. And then our water-soluble vitamins are excreted through our urine, so we do need to replace these more often. And our water-soluble vitamins include B vitamins and vitamin C. Our minerals are needed in even smaller amounts than vitamins. And there's major minerals that we need a little bit more of, and this includes sodium, potassium, chloride, phosphorus, and magnesium. And these are some of our electrolytes as well. Trace minerals are needed in really small amounts in our diet, and these again are going to be found in our overall macronutrient sources. Trace minerals are things like zinc and iron and copper, for example. And there is a huge fear around carbohydrates that they make us fat. And carbohydrates themselves do not make us fat. They are essential for energy production, brain functioning, and they're the main fuel source for our muscles. They contain potassium and B vitamins. The problem is that the carbohydrate sources that we're choosing can really contribute or take away from our overall goals. So if you're having more of simple or refined carbohydrates, these foods don't have as much nutrients within them. So for example, a whole grain is going to include, an intact whole grain is going to include the wheat, the bran, the outer part of it, and then the endosperm is the center and the germ. So when the grain is refined, we're taking away the outer part of it and the center part of it. So we just get that starchy part, and then we start to eliminate the fiber and the vitamins from this food. So when we're eating more of the refined carbohydrates, we don't get as much nutritional quality behind them. And so we want to focus on more of these complex carbohydrates, and this is going to be our whole grain sources. So our whole grains are coming from things like oats. So you want to look at, this says 100% whole grain right on the label, but also when you're looking at ingredients, you want to make sure the first ingredient says whole grain. And our ingredient list is listed in the amount of that food. So the first ingredient is going to be the highest amount of the food that's included, the ingredient that's included in the food. And then another example of a whole grain, sometimes they don't think we think about, is like popcorn. So this is a whole grain as well. Sometimes it can get us into trouble when there's like a ton of butter and salt added to it. So just being aware of what you're adding to these fuel sources that can kind of change what they offer. Brown rice is another great example, and this is a whole grain source. Quinoa is a good example of a whole grain. And then when you're looking at bread, I like this brand, Dave's Killer Bread. You want to look at, again, the ingredients list, and the first ingredient on here is sprouted whole wheat flour. So you know that the main source of this is coming from whole wheat source. And this is where we're going to get more of the vitamins and minerals from these foods. So again, it's not to say that we can't have more of some of these refined carbohydrates in our diet. We definitely can. It kind of goes back to that 80-20 rule that I talked about in the previous video, where you just want to focus on 80% of your diet coming from these really high quality carbohydrate sources, so the whole intact grain, and then 20% of our diet is coming from more of the refined grains. And if we can focus on that, we can include these foods in a healthy way, but we're still getting the vitamins and minerals. And the fiber source is so important that we're getting from more of these complex carbohydrates. And fiber is non-digestible, so it allows our body to digest the carbohydrate source slower, so we get less of that spike from eating just a refined carbohydrate, and then our blood sugar drops. Where if we include more of that fiber in the whole grain, then it's digested more slowly and we get more of that even blood sugar without those rapid spikes. And that also lends to having more stable energy and mood as a result of our blood sugar being more stable. So if we just come back full circle and focus on coming back to the basics of a just really high quality diet, including vegetables, fruits, whole grains, nuts, seeds, lean protein, and healthy fats, and just encompassing most of our diet from these nutritious foods at meals and snacks, we get these nutrients that we need, the vitamins and minerals, our body functions more efficiently, and we feel better overall. So I hope that was helpful for you guys, and let me know if you have any questions. If you're watching this on replay, let me know, and I will see you guys soon. Have a great day.